Hello, and a very warm welcome to this 1.1ness session. My name is Els. For those of you who join us for the first time, let me give you a little bit of a background. Several of us working for One Point Consulting are meditating on a regular basis. The meditation we practice is called Raja Yoga. It's the yoga of the mind. And I personally find this practice very beneficial, not only in the workplace, but also in my personal life. And I must say that it has helped me a lot in the past, dealing with several challenges at home. We started this project way back in May 2020, and it was in the middle of the pandemic, which was a very stressful time for many people around the world. What we do is every fortnight on Fridays, we invite an experienced meditator and we ask him or her to share their thoughts about a particular topic, but also to guide us into a short meditation. So far, we have had more than 100 guest speakers from all over the world. All the sessions have been recorded and they are available on YouTube. Today, I'm very pleased to welcome Matthias Steffen, who joins us from Switzerland. Matthias works as a stress and resilience coach, following a successful career at a school director in Zurich. In his work as coach, he specializes in career development, life coaching, leadership skills, team building, and corporate training. He also regularly organizes seminars and workshops on topics such as stress resilience, personal development, meditation and well-being in different countries in Europe. Matthias studied economics and business at the University of Freiburg in Switzerland. He has been practicing and teaching Raja Yoga meditation for many years and has found this method of yoga very effective in dealing positively with people and challenges of all kinds. Matthias is based in Zurich and he runs the meditation center in that city. So very warm welcome to Matthias.
Thank you so much, Els, for this lovely introduction. And I'm pleased to speak about this topic because I personally find it is quite relevant. And it could be that we think of our lives, we think, no, I don't fight, I'm fine, I'm peaceful. But then when we have a closer look at different scenes in our lives, different relationships, different circumstances, I think many of us would actually find, yes, it's true, I do fight. And so I think it's nowadays, it's really, we could almost say a world of fighting. So people fight for opinions, fight for rights, fight for being right. And so for everything, there's a fighting to be heard. And I think fighting is actually not a constructive energy. So fighting is always against something. And when we say, no, I have to fight for my right, I have to fight, I think this is then a wrong use of this word. But fighting is actually against. You fight against something. And what you do when you fight against something, you lose sight of what you actually want. So even fighting peacelessness, it doesn't make sense. You have to go for peace. Otherwise, you will never reach there. And so that's actually the perspective from which I would like to look at this topic. When I look at my life, then I really saw, yes, there's things I fight, like things I cannot accept. Then fighting might not be in my actions, but maybe it comes a bit through my words, like a little bit of criticism or rejection. Or if not that, it can come in my thoughts, that I don't accept something, someone. And again, I lose actually sight of what I would like to have in my life. And I see that when I do manage just to accept, just to accept everything, just to maintain my peace. And when I walk through life like this, in my professional life, in my private life, it doesn't matter. Everywhere there can be challenges, but when there is this attitude, let me just remain peaceful and happy, I find that everything works out quite nicely. It's not that there's not challenges, but the way I deal with it is just very, very different. I don't fight what I don't want, but I just keep my vision on what I actually do want. And so the title is Be Wise, Don't Fight. And now, where does this be wise come in? Wisdom is actually what I learned from my past. So when I see that fighting empties me out of my positive energy, drowns me in my feelings, if I notice that, if I've experienced that, then it's wise to look for a different strategy. For example, with a working colleague, if I've experienced that going into argument with this person doesn't lead anywhere, well, at some point, I have to be wise and tell myself, let me just use a different strategy. Let me try a different approach. Because if I try something over and over again, and then it's only wise to change something. Or when I see that the same situations at work again pull me down, then let me be wise and not step into the same trap over and over again. And so I would like to introduce an interesting concept. Maybe some of you have heard about that. I share my screen, so be wise, don't fight. I like this picture of the mountain stream flowing down. I think it's for me quite telling. If I would live with this attitude, like the water doesn't fight, but it just adjusts. Okay, here I cannot flow through. Let me go there. Here is a rock. Let me pass it on that side. Let me pass it on the other side. Water is very, very gentle, but definitely it reaches the aim of coming down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And so there is never a fight, a constant flow of soft adjustment, but determination. So there is no hardship, there is no fighting, but there is determination with softness. So this is the concept I would like to introduce you, a rip current. Do you know what a rip current is? This can be a sign that you would find on a beach in Australia. And this is a warning sign. It warns from rip currents. And so, what is it actually, a rip current? A rip current is a current in the water that pulls you away from the shores, from the beach. So what do you do automatically, without thinking? Automatically, what do you do? Automatically, you start swimming against the current. You start fighting against the current. And that seems very logical, very reasonable, but there is only one problem. And this problem is that even an Olympic swimmer would never be able to win against the rip current. So people who try to swim against the current, they would actually drown. But if they learned about this phenomenon, if they know that, no, there is no point to swim against this current, then they can save their lives. And they just have to understand, be wise, don't fight here. And so for our daily life, it means when I have experienced the same thing over and over again, and I know this behavior of mine, or this way of talking, or this attitude will actually lead to exhaustion, I have to be wise and I have to stop fighting. For example, when I go in the morning to my workplace and I have the attitude, today I want to finish off everything. I have a to-do list, I want to finish that. If I have this attitude, then I'm actually programming myself to be frustrated in the evening, because it will not happen. It's not realistic. So I should never have the attitude, let me finish this to-do task. Let me finish as much as I can, as good as I can, as peaceful as I can. Yes, that's fine. So when I know that fighting against the current doesn't work, what I have to do, I have to have an escape. An escape is an immediate alternative. So this means when I know a situation at work, it's always this situation that kind of makes me feel very low, or takes away my energy. Or this is a situation that creates stress in me. When this colleague is saying this, is showing this behavior, I myself am freaking out, I'm losing my peace. Then I have to have an alternative. I have to prepare myself in the morning. For example, when there is a meeting with exactly this person, I can prepare myself. I can say, if this person is going to say this, this is how I will react. This is how I will respond. Maybe this, I can tell myself, I will just be quiet. Just quiet and smile. And then maybe after the meeting, I still can go up to this colleague and talk to him in a friendly way. But what I want to say is, let us learn a lesson. Let us be wise and not go into the same fight over and over and over again. So this should not happen. Now, there is actually quite a nice peace formula that helps us very much to come away from this fighting mode. Because, we actually in life, we don't mind challenges. I think we are very much fine with challenges. We like challenges. What we don't like is to lose our peace over the challenges. This is what we don't want. And so this can be my priority. I don't fight. I do just the best I can. And I maintain my peace. So what is this formula? One is patience. That's a very wise step. Patience means I trust in truth. Truth will reveal itself. If someone does something wrong, if someone even accuses me in a wrong way, truth will reveal. Maybe I can't prove it at the moment, but I just have to be patient. Or situations will change. Situations will change. People, they will change, but only as long as I support the behavior that I would like to see in others. So not by fighting. People won't change when I fight their behavior. It doesn't work. I think we know that. Because the decision as to whether someone wants to change or not, it's completely up to them. So if I find, why should they feel inspired to change? They won't. But as long as I support the goodness in them, as long as I support the good behavior, then people will feel inspired to change. So I just need patience. The second step is every soul is different. So we know every person, the way he or she looks, is different to anybody else. So every single human being, even twins, they look differently from the outside. But inside the soul, the story of what the soul has experienced, past experiences, this is also very much individual. And when I accept that, then I will be able to give up fighting. For example, yesterday in my personal life, I had a situation, I said something, I felt it's something very small, little, almost significant. It was a remark or the way I said something, but there was another person who reacted to that in a quite extreme way. And so if I now fight this behavior, I won't gain anything, but the relationship is even more under tension. But if I just accept, yes, I don't know what this soul has experienced. Now this soul feels very, very much hurt because of what I said. And it has a reason. There is a reason. It has to do with the past experiences of that soul. So we don't know what is inside every human being, but we only know every soul is different. What is for me easy, for someone else is very, very difficult. What is difficult for me is for someone else very easy. So if I can accept that, but how do I bring that into my thinking? By thinking the thoughts. So before going to work, I can tell myself 10, 12 times, everyone is different. Every soul is unique. Every soul has a different past recorded and has different imprints. So everybody would react in a different way, and it's fine. I accept everyone. I accept all on each and every one. So then the next step, ask and listen. Because my insight, I the soul, because I am different and my experience is different than from the experience of another soul. I can't understand what is going on in the other one. I have to ask. I cannot assume, yes, I understand, yes, I know. No, we can't. I have to ask. And then just listen. What is he, what is she saying? And so this will move our relationship forward in a very, very nice way. Care for your peace first. So just make your stage, your peace priority. Sometimes I would tell myself, I don't have to be right. I don't have to decide. I want my peace. I just want my peace. So in a meeting, let me just remain peaceful. Let me smile. So this will have a very good influence actually on the meeting itself. So just have the courage to make peace your priority, and your work, it will not suffer from that, but it will actually be enhanced. You will be more efficient. You will be more responsive. You have the right ideas. You are creative. And then elevated awareness. This is the last step. Every now and then, just stop and create an elevated awareness. For example, I am here to radiate peace. I am here to support people. I am here to bring about a nice atmosphere. I am here to help others and help myself. So have this elevated attitude. I'm not just a laborer. I'm not just a worker. That's not enough. No, there's something more to us than just fulfilling tasks. We can touch souls. We can support people. We can make a difference in other people's lives. So you can walk through life. You can walk through your department and here a good word, there a good word. You praise this one. You appreciate the other one. So that's an elevated awareness. So every now and then, just stop what I'm actually here for. What is my higher purpose? So these are a few thoughts what steps we can undertake to come away from fighting, but to create peace in our lives and in the lives of others. So I would like to end with a 5 minutes meditation. And in this meditation, we will do something. We see that situations that create peacelessness, often we feel them to be very close to us, so we can hardly breathe. And if we just push them away and create space for ourselves, space for the soul, then we don't feel threatened, and then it's much easier to maintain peace. So let us try that. I just take a very deep breath in, and when I breathe out, I let go of all tensions in the mind and in the body. Just let go. I don't even think I want to meditate. I think I want peace inside. I want to be peaceful. I want to be happy. I think for myself 3 times this thought. I want to be peaceful. Just think for yourself. Now, when you keep your eye closed, or even if you keep them open, just look upwards to the spot between the eyebrows and visualize a tiny point of light. Between the closed eyelids, you can even look a bit up and visualize this tiny point of light between the eyebrows. And imagine that deep calm, deep peace is radiating from this point of light. Use all your concentration power to remain focused on this tiny point of light. If your mind runs off, doesn't matter. Just bring it back. Connect your attention to this tiny point of peaceful light. Remain focused. Remain connected. And now visualize that this point of light is slowly creating a very strong aura of light around you. And this aura is growing more and more in density and in size. And as this aura keeps increasing, it pushes away all situations, all the relationships, everything that I could hold on to in my mind. It just pushes away from me. Now let this aura of light increase more and more. And in this aura of light, you are completely alone. And it feels so good. Now you can breathe. Keep visualizing this aura. It is filled with deep peace. In this aura, it is completely silent, completely still. In this aura, this is my pure, pristine, and gentle space, where nothing and no one can touch my heart. I feel so free. I feel my own peace increasing. I feel my love for life increasing. I feel my strength increasing. Hold on to that for 2 more minutes. Feel that you are surrounded by light of peace, light of stillness. Here I, the soul, can breathe. Here I can tap into the eternity of my existence. Here I can get a sense for the divine qualities of the soul. I am such a valuable being, such a unique soul. Now, when I go back to life, back to my daily life, I want to touch the goodness in others. I want to support the goodness in others, no matter how they are. Let me bring peace in every situation. Let me remain peaceful where others cannot, because they lack peace. In this way, let me be a divine instrument who can make a difference in other people's lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Matthias, for this beautiful meditation commentary, but also for sharing your thoughts and the slides on this topic, Be Wise, Don't Fight. And what I particularly like is a few things you mentioned. Let peace be your priority, which is a very powerful statement. And also the example of the river. The river doesn't fight, has that wisdom, but adjusts to each obstacle on its path. Very beautiful example. And then also that truth will reveal no matter what.
True.
So thank you. Yes, very, very special actually. And it's so good to keep that in mind and to remind ourselves throughout the day of these principles, because I think it's very powerful and will help us with our daily lives. So thank you, Matthias. Thanks everyone for joining us today, and especially also the technical team. Our next Oneness session is going to be on the 13th of October. We will have Judy Johnson from Canada, and the topic that she's going to talk about is building resilience to thrive in life. So thanks everyone, and have a very nice day. Bye-bye.